Hello everybody, it's me, Low Battery from Women Locked Up Before and After show, and I came to bring you this show today because it's another requested video. Basically wanting to know how a day goes for a woman locked up, and again I'm going by my experiences and where I was locked up, because everywhere is different, and our place is, like I said before, corrupt. But anyway, let's get to this. First and foremost, we got up pretty much like 4:30 in the morning. 4:30 is when they called medication call. Medication call. Somebody was always saying that, and that's pretty much when everybody would get up. And when they call medication, it's always their normal, like psych meds, which is pretty much like Paxil, Buspar, stuff like that. And a lot of people are on that type of medication. And anyway, that would be that, blood pressure medicine, diabetic medicine, anything like that. That's what they had to do. They had to take that medicine before they ate anyway in the morning. Well, that's what happens in the morning. They turn the lights on. That's Monday through Friday every week. On the weekends in the morning is different. You get to sleep in a little bit longer before they turn the lights on. Unless it's somebody there that wants to be a butt, just being nice about it. But anyway, after the lights get cut on, like I was saying that one video, when it's time to go eat, it ain't going to chow, it ain't going to eat or whatever, it's going back. Somebody will yell out real loud, "Going back!" like that. That's what they always say when it's time to go eat. I've never understood what the meaning of going back is. Why not go forward? Anyway, I'm just saying. I don't know why they say going back. I'm assuming they've been doing that since day one, since they first started the place. Or would never, unless some other inmate just thought of it out of the blue and it stuck. But that's what they say when it's time to go eat. I don't care if it's breakfast, lunch, or supper, dinner, whatever you want to call it. I say supper, but on the end of the day meal. But they say going back on all of them. Going back, whatever. You line up and pretty much wait about 5 minutes before they ever open the door to go to the dining hall. And you have 20 minutes. Okay, they say you have 20 minutes. But this 20 minutes, y'all, is based literally on when they first call going back, before they even open the door to go. And that's what's messed up, because I think the 20 minutes should start when you start eating, right? Well, it's not. You pretty much, if you're in yellow jumpsuit, that's when you first get there before you get classified and everything. You're in yellow jumpsuit. It's different when you eat in the dining hall. When you're in yellow jumpsuit, you have to line up, and then when you go eat, the same thing going back, and they have to line up in a row. Each person, I don't care if you don't want to sit by that person or not, you gotta sit by whoever they tell you to sit by. Whoever you're lined up with, and they line up in each chair, or not chair, it's like a little stool. It's like little bitty circle stools that you sit on, and they're all steel tables, like 4 steel tables, and a bunch of little circle steel seats. And anyway, when you go through there, you sit down, and then when it's time to eat, they'll say row 1, and then after they get their food and they already sit down, row 2, and by the time row 1 is done eating, row 2 is just now getting their food. It's just kind of messed up. They're pretty much getting their food whenever they're done eating, but that's it. But when it goes to when you're already what we call striped out, that means you get your stripes, black and white or green and white. Everybody's always so happy to get their stripes because they get tired of wearing that yellow jumpsuit. It's just awful. When you see my startup, my little thing it plays at the beginning, it shows a couple of women in yellow jumpsuit, and that's why I added that to that, because that's what they wear when they first get there is yellow jumpsuit till they're classified into their stripes. And then you see the stripes on the video, on that part of at the beginning of my videos too. Except we didn't wear chains on our legs unless we were going off grounds to an appointment or something like that, or somebody got in trouble and they had to go to Max. But anyway, yes, back to that. When we went to go eat, when you're classified and you're already been in your zone for a while, you go in there and you pretty much, well, I take that back. Sometimes we have guards that want to be, what do you say, they want to do their own thing or whatever. Okay, before I say anything else, y'all, if y'all hear any sounds in the background, I'm sorry. Until I figure out how I'll get stuff like that together, I won't be able to get the sounds out of that unless somebody knows how to do it. Can tell me what to do, because you can hear a train sometimes, and sometimes you can hear that squeaking and noise. That's my neighbors upstairs, and they are very, very loud and obnoxious. We try to be nice, but for a while I didn't hit the wall or whatever, but one time I had to hit it with a broom because it made me so mad. I was trying to sleep, but we try to be quiet people and laid back and everything, but when people do stuff like that and be childish just like they do in prison, these people upstairs act just like the ones in prison. Crap you not. That's the good way to say it. But anyway, back to that. Sorry for going to that, but I had to say about the sounds because you'll hear them sometimes. Anyway, I was trying to tell you that sometimes, depending on what officer is taking you to eat, because some of the officers can act like a really total, beep. What I really want to say, but some of them don't even care. They just say, oh, yeah. And I like it whenever, or did like it whenever they would actually let you line up to go eat, and then you literally go through the line and get your food and go sit down. They don't do that all the time, unless it's on the weekend and it's somebody laid back, they don't care. But if a white shirt comes in, y'all remember on one of them videos what I called white shirt lieutenant. That's a white shirt. When they come in, you better best believe that you got everything you're supposed to have on. I mean, you got to make sure you have your shirt tucked in. And I hate wearing my shirt tucked in. That's something I never can stand. Now, back in the day, when everybody tucked their shirts in, yes, I tucked my shirt in. I ain't gonna lie. And when I used to tight roll my jeans too, and all that stuff. But anyway, we ain't in that. But yes, you definitely had. And you had to wear your regular tennis shoes. You had plain old white MBOC tennis shoes, state issued shoes, to the cafeteria. You don't wear your what they call shower shoes. They're kind of like a flip-flop, really generic flip-flop. You can get them what goes to the toe. Sometimes they'll give those to you, or they'll give you the ones you just slip on. But people want to be idiots, and they want to wear their regular shower shoes instead of wearing their tennis shoes. I guess because they're too lazy to put their tennis shoes on. But anyway, and when they do that, they make the whole zone come back and change into their tennis shoes because of that one person messing up. Everybody has to deal with it, just like in boot camp or something, I would say. But anyway, you get 20 minutes from the time you hit the door and the time you get back, or get done eating, I'm sorry. And you come back, pretty much, you don't really, unless you go to school. You better hope that you go to school or something whenever you're in prison, because if you don't, you're gonna have a rough time, because you get made to do a lot of things during the day. If you're out of school one day, if you're sick or something, even if you're sick, sometimes they'll give you a break if you are sick. If you got proof that you're sick or whatever, and they have proof that you're supposed to have bed rest for a couple of days or something, and trays brought to you to your bed, or rack. I'm sorry, I always say that, because you don't get a bed. No beds, y'all. No beds, just racks. Iron racks with a crappy mat that's really, really bad, especially if you had to be on the same one for 18 months. But anyway, yeah, I went to school during the day. I went to that class I was telling y'all about, the 1A program, which is, I'm just going to name a few things that we done in that class. It was parenting, recidivism and inner growth, anger management, celebrate recovery, breaking free, with that was Beth Moore, I think. Correct me if I'm wrong. And we also done a thing by Joyce Myers. I can't remember. Joyce Myers is I very much recommend reading her books if you have time, if you're facing time, that is, or even if you're not. Her books are awesome. I mean, they're good in or out of jail, whatever. Joyce Myers is really good author or whatever, but I had a chance to meet her, but I got out before that she came to the prison or whatever. But anyway, I went to class during the day, and done that. We stayed there. Well, they pretty much called us out after everybody got done eating, and the shifts had to change at 7 o'clock. There was 7 to 3 and stuff like that, but now it's 12. They work 12-hour shifts from last time I was down there, about 2.5 years ago, or maybe a little bit longer. I don't know. Anyway, now they work 12-hour shifts, so the count, they do a certified count too, also, and they even do that when you're in the class or whatever. But if they do count when you're in the class, it's not that bad. I mean, they just count you and you don't even know it or whatever. But if you're in the zone, you gotta be on your rack or standing up beside it. But most of the time, especially if it's a white shirt in there, you have to be standing up beside your rack and say your bed number when she comes through. But they stopped doing that, telling your bed number when they come through now. Now they just come through and they write down and look and see who's here and who's there or whatever. And if that person's not there and there's somebody there, they can say where they're at. That's where they make sure that's where they're at and all that stuff. But trying to think of everything. Let's see. Well, like I said, I mean, I went to class during the day. I done all my classes and everything. I'm trying to think of how trying to think of how to tell you how it is whenever you're not in class and you're in the zone. You'll pretty much be just doing nothing, or go up there to where they fight over the TV all day long, and there's supposed to be a TV on each side, but in the zone I was in, was only one because somebody broke the other one, and which got a lot of people in trouble. It's another story left untold. That wasn't me. I'm not saying that wasn't me. But anyway, there's a lot of things that go on. Laundry. That laundry happens during the day while we're gone, and that's one thing that's bad about it, because I hated not being there when they passed out laundry, because we would lose our clothes to other people. Some people didn't send their clothes out to laundry. They done them themselves in the shower, which is actually prohibited. You're not supposed to do that in the shower, but most people wash their t-shirts out, underwear out. Now, underwear I understand, but everything else that they wash out in there, They do everything. Sheets and no, I done my sheet a couple times because I didn't like sending mine out because it looks like they come back like they washed them with the mop bucket water or something. But anyway, pretty much I was in the class. Like I said, we waited till count cleared, and then we went to class. Most time we walked to class, which was, I would actually count that as a mile. If it wasn't a mile, it was close to a mile we walked. Not driving, it wouldn't be a mile, but walking, it would have been a mile every morning. And if it was really, really hot in the afternoons, we still had to walk sometimes unless there was a driver available. And the person that was over our class, she was so nice. I can't think of her name right now. I hate to say that because she was a really nice woman. She was an officer. She stayed in her office all the time. She was really, really nice. At first, she was kind of angry with me about different things, and they was actually proud the way I kind of stood my ground, I guess, after all the things I went through when I was in there. They seen my process or progression throughout the time that I was there and told me how proud they was, how I went from really, really, really so depressed to where I wanted to not even be on this earth anymore to having hope and everything. And that was from that class alone, the 1A program. And that, I don't know if you can hear that sound right now. You'll hear that clomping and everything. I'm sorry, y'all. But yes, they definitely seen the change in me, and they told me, and I really liked that they would actually call me in the office and tell me how they was proud of me and everything, on how I progressed and everything while I was in that class. And I know it was a class that helped me. And of course, I got a couple letters from family and stuff that kind of encouraged me a little bit. But anyway, let's see. After the class was over with, we ate there too. But we ate, and they had another cafeteria that was in that area too. But it was like in the school zone. We ate with the school zone people, which there's a hair zone too there. You get your hair cut actually free. Let's see. That's if you want to. Not everybody wanted to get their hair cut, but there's actually good people there that cut their hair. And anyway, I was wanting to. I'm sorry, that's my mom right now in the kitchen. But anyway, I wanted to bring up. Let's see, what else is next after after we went to class, we ate there, and then when we left there, it's pretty much going right back to, going back to hell. Because when you're gone all day, you don't even feel like you're even in prison when you're over there in that class. That's what was so awesome about it. Because you felt so much different over there, and then when you get out and go back to the zone, it's like, oh no, we're back in hell again. It really was like that. I'm not playing. It really was. You didn't even want to leave there. You wanted to sleep there. I'm serious. It was so. You didn't want to go back to the zone. You're still in prison regardless, no matter what. That's on prison grounds, where we was at the 1A program. And anyway, that's all we pretty much did. We went to class, came back, and when we got back in the summertime, especially in the summertime, people who go to class or work are supposed to get their ice before anybody does because they work and go to school. Well, when we get back, people be fighting over that ice because we got a cooler. I'm talking about a basic cooler that you would take going on a fishing trip or something like that in the zone. But for 116 women. And that's messed up because that's how everybody fought over ice in the summertime. Even in the wintertime, because like I said, it still stayed hot in there because of the showers and everything else. There's heat, but there's no air. So in the summertime, if you don't have a fan or somebody helping you with a fan and letting you use one of their fans or something, it is so hot in there. You literally feel like you want to put it this way: the people had asthma that was literally having to beg and cry and beg up there at the tower window, banging on the windows, asking if they could please get some fresh air because they had asthma and they couldn't breathe. It was so hot in there. But it was really bad. I mean, on that, a lot of things. But anyway, let's see. Well, after you come in, pretty much you want to get a shower because you've been gone and all day pretty much and doing, being in class and everything. But I pretty much waited till after we ate. The last time of the day we ate. Then I would get my shower. When everybody else had done been in there and it slowed down, that's when I would get mine. Before they done detail, which everybody has detail to you. That's clean the zone. They have a chart up showing that you have to do, like what chores you have to do and which bed numbers. They go by bed numbers there. Pretty much you're a bed number or your MDOC number, but mainly you're your bed number more than you are your MDOC number. But yeah, they went by bed numbers certain days, which ours was on Thursday. But if I was in class, I didn't have to do detail in the morning, or they done it 3 times a day, detail. But we had to do ours at night, but we kept our area where I was sleeping at clean. We sweep under our beds and get the dust bunnies and all that stuff out. There's always dust bunnies constantly, and hair. Oh my gosh, there's always hair everywhere. That was something. But anyway, yeah, pretty much that's pretty much almost all the day already, and then you got your little bit of time right there to read and stuff before the lights go out at nighttime, because of course they got the next certified count about, I think the last certified count is at 10 o'clock, and I was usually pretty much either asleep at that time or getting close to going to sleep at that time. But yeah, I'll be into one of my books or something like that, or drawing. I've done a lot of drawings. I mentioned that in one of my other videos that I drew a lot, and that's how I made my commissary, by drawing for people, because they wanted pictures made for their kids or something like that on their birthdays. They wanted me to draw on the envelopes or something like that to send it to their family or something. So I pretty much did that a lot. I stayed busy. If you stay busy and go to school and class and all that kind of stuff, your time will go by so much faster. And I know at one time I begged to do my time in the county jail, but I hate to say it, I don't like prison at all. No way, I do not. But your time does go faster when you're there than it does in the jail, because in jail you're confined to a way smaller room, and there you can move around a little bit more than you can in jail, and you can go outside more, depending on what officer's on call again, because I know they have their certain choices they pick. If that certain person goes up there and asks, they'll let us go outside. I know it's sad, but that's it. That's the way it goes. But yeah, and then after they do certified count, about 30 minutes later, the lights go out and it's time to go to bed. Sleep, not bed. But that's pretty much how that's a normal day. Normal day goes locked up, and there's been, I gotta add this to it real quick. They watch, even though these girls think they're smart and stuff at nighttime, or what I should say, kids act like at nighttime. That's whenever what they call the party begins. They want to get up and be all loud and everything, and people's trying to sleep. I've seen people actually get knocked out by literally bothering people when they're trying to sleep, be over there by their area, being loud, talking and stuff when other people's trying to sleep. Because there was a lot of elderly people in the zone I was in, lipers and stuff like that, and they actually was laid back, and didn't bother nobody unless you bothered them. And boy, you don't want to do that. But anyway, that's when they thought the party began, whenever they turned the lights off, because you start seeing people running real quick, going around the corner to the other side of the wall or something like that. That is so retarded doing that, because they get them lights. Oh my gosh, them fluorescent lights above your head or something. Them freaking overhead lights. They would turn those off and on all night long, because when they turned them on, it was telling you that I see you. The ones that they knew that was running around the other side, I guess it's either girlfriend or whatever. Ooh, I couldn't stand that crap either. Lord have mercy. Anyway, when that light came on, you knew somebody was in trouble, or they was trying to watch somebody, and people would get caught smoking and all that stuff. And oh Lord have mercy, it was just that's just a normal day though. I mean, I could go on and on about stuff that happens during that, especially on the weekend. That's gonna be another video right there. How the weekends go in prison. I'm gonna write that down right now. I'm gonna write it down when I get done with this, because that's a really good one. Because weekends are kind of interesting. So, with that note, that's all we've pretty much done on a normal day. And like I said, with that note, I am going to get off of here, and thank you so much for watching all my videos, and please keep watching them, and there's obviously way more to come. And thank y'all for subscribing, and please tell your friends if there's anybody else out there that you know that would get anything out of these videos. And you can still keep commenting as usual. Keep commenting and tell me, what you want me to talk about, or if there's anything that you thought I left out or anything like that. Just let me know. Other than that, please like, share, and subscribe. And peace and love y'all. Bye.